All right, so this is activity 11.3, coordinate archery. We're doing problems 2 to 5, and these are the answers. Alrighty, so here's an image of an archery target on the coordinate plane. The scores for landing an arrow in the colored regions are shown. So yellow is going to be 10, red is 8, blue 6, green 4, white is 2. So just like the previous problem, we're going to do find a coordinate to land a score, right? So previously we did blue, so 6 points. Now we're going to do 10. So when I'm looking at this, I'm going to say yellow is 10. So we need 10 points. Is this 10 points? Yeah. So we're going to look for a coordinate in the yellow. So I'm going to use my little marker and I'm going to choose a point. So I can choose any point in this. So I'm going to choose this one. You can choose the other one if you want. Remember, there's a lot of different answers for this one. So when I'm looking at this, I notice that it stops. I'm going to draw a line here and a line here, just so I can know where my x and y's are. So I'm going to start at 0. Remember, where it crosses, it's always 0. So 1, -1, -2, -3, -4, and -5. So my x is going to be -5, comma, and I'm going to see where the other one stops. So I'm going downward, so it's going to be negative. So 0, -1, -2, -3, and -4. So my y is going to be -4. So to score 10 points, a possible landing point would be -5, -4. Remember, this isn't the only answer. There's different answers if I put my coordinate plane, if I put my coordinates somewhere else. All right, so next one we're going to do, I'm going to scroll down, is going to be 2 points. So when I'm looking at 2 points, what's the color I'm supposed to be aiming for? So for 2 points, I'm looking, and is this supposed to be yellow? Is this 2? No. Is this 2? No. 2? Nope. 2? Nope. 2? Yeah, so I need to land in the white. So I noticed that this is also white. Do you notice that? So the white they're talking about would be inside this circle. So it's really confusing, but it's inside this circle. So I'm going to choose a random number. Let's see. Let's do this one. Just barely in between. So I'm going to draw my line again just to make sure that I'm not counting off. It's a little squiggly, but it's okay. So I noticed 0, -1. So my x for this one, number 3, is going to be -1. Didn't have to count too far, right? All right, so now I'm going to do my y-axis. So y, I'm going to start at 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. So that's when I should stop because that's where my line is, right? So -7. So my y would be -7. All right. So now that's a possible answer. Remember, I could put my point here, my point here. So there's a lot of different answers that you can have. I'm just using one example just to show you guys how to get to a possible spot. All right, let me erase all this and we're going to move on to number 4. Number 4 states to score 4 points. So I'm looking at 4 points. So when I'm just going to 10, 8, 6, 4. So I need to score within the green. So again, I'm going to choose one spot. You could choose whatever spot you want. So for me, I'm going to choose, let's do, ooh, that one's close. This one. That is going to be my point. So when I'm looking at this, remember, draw my lines. I'm going to draw it this way. It's a little crooked, but it's okay. So I'm going to count. So this is going to be 1, 2, 3, -4, -5, -6, -7, -8. So my answer would be -8 as my x, and then my y is going to be, I'm going to count downward, so it's going to be negative, -1, -2, and -3. So this would be -8, -3. Make sense? All right, so let's do number 5. So number 5 is going to be 8 points. So let me erase this. So 8 points is, I'm going to look back, red. So I need to make sure my arrow hits within the red. So I am looking red. I get to choose any spot. So I'm just going to choose this spot. It's barely at the red and the blue, but it's okay. So I'm going to draw. Oh no, it's a little crooked. All right, so that is what it should look like. So I'm going to count my x, which is always horizontal. -1, -2, and -3. So because I can't see it, I'm just going to write it here. So my x is -3, comma, and then I'm going to count my y. So -1, -2, and -3. So to score a possible point for blue would be, for red, which is 8 points, would be -3, -3. So let me scroll down again. So my answer right here would be -3, -3. So because there's a lot of different numbers, so I could put my point here, here, here. My answer is only one part, just one part of it. There's a dozen of answers.